and I've also got to finish dead on 7 o'clock. So if there are no further questions, we can get going. The way I normally like to structure each session, much the same way as we did previously when we tried to visit every single pattern, is to have an implementation of the pattern of the day. First of all, with a supported spine, i.e. lying on the floor, then in a suspended spine, which would be crawling, and then a stacked spine would be kneeling or standing, which we don't need to visit. What I'm going to do first for the crawling pattern, or to support the crawling pattern in the supported spine position, is the Sphinx reach and rotate. Just let me get myself spotted. So we all know the Sphinx. I'm sure we all actually know this exercise, but I'll demonstrate it anyway. When we go into the Sphinx, try to alternate the arms. It's quite easy to see how that will translate into crawling. Then once we're in the Sphinx position, eyes and head, and then reach around. Notice I'm not opening my hips up. I'm leaving my hips parallel to the floor. And if you get to a point where the hips are going to come up, well, that's the limit of where you go to. Cycle 3 breaths. Come back down. Come out. Come up with the arms in a different order. We started with the left, this time start with the right. And then we can rotate to the other side. That's one we can probably all do as a one, unless anyone's got any questions.
Well, I do.
Yeah, far away, Tom.
And that one kind of brings it up. I've been having this ongoing issue with, I think it's an ache maybe in the scapular. It's when I turn my head to the left.
Yeah.
It's been going on for probably a couple of months, and I originally maybe attributed to not having good support with a pillow sleeping, but it won't go away. And
yeah,
I mean, I know with a lot of movements, it's the counterclockwise rotation that is most limited for me. And so it's not, maybe it's not coincidental that that's the direction that it irritates. And doing that particular reach and irritate, is there something that can be done for that?
Well, the neck and the shoulder share more muscles than they have independently. And certainly what I would suspect is going on, because these things, it's usually a silent dysfunction that is the actual cause, will be something going on with the scapula, which is impacting the muscle like you're feeling. Well, the trapezius comes up from the scapula and then into the neck. And then you've also got one from the corner of the scapula called the levator scapula, something that lifts the scapula. So that's probably where you're feeling it in both. I would be interested to know if you had any sort of tension spots. First of all, in the teres minor, which let me see if I can locate this for you. I mean, it's an easy Google, but consider it at the back of the armpit. And when it contracts, it causes that motion. So what you can do is try to get your hand or your fingers on it. Do that motion, and you should feel it moving, and that will tell you whether you've got it or not. Now, in a lot of shoulder dysfunction, that is one of the first dominoes to go down. And if you get some, what I always refer to as acupressure which is getting on a point and putting pressure onto it, which will get the muscle to wake up. And then when you, let's say, massage it, you get like all the spindles can be glued up, which is why massage is effective. You can move the hand or the finger over the muscle, or you can get the finger in place and move the muscle under the finger. So in that one, you can either get some pressure on it there, and you'll know when you've got the spot, because this is an extremely sensitive muscle when it's dysfunctional. And then give it that. Or you can find a suitable adjunct, like a spiky ball. You can lie on it in that position. The elbow over the head is the one which exposes it the best. And you can move onto it, and you will know when X is on the spot. Because as I say, it's extremely sensitive, this one, or you can do it against the wall. Now, if you've got a tennis ball against the wall, that works great. A golf ball, again, on the floor, or even on the wall, if you don't mind destroying the wall, will get your undivided attention if you require it and you find the spot. That's where I would recommend you go, possibly in the rhomboids as well, because it's always a domino topple of what's going on at the neck and the scapula, and so always difficult to diagnose over the internet. But that's where I go. Have you found the spot? Have you there, Linda?
Yeah, but the problem is with me, it's on this side.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And it's super tender, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
When I push on it, it feels like a bruise.
Yeah. Well, getting the arm over the elbow over the head, and then the tennis ball on the wall is it almost knocks you sick, or you can feel it in your stomach that it's that sensitive, but it's also very reactive. Just one sec, Gary, look over the shoulder that you're reaching with in that one. Yeah, but try and keep your hips parallel to the floor. So look down towards your feet. And so, Gary, you're looking on me. So what you want to try to get is make sure you start off in a good sphinx. Then it's a challenge that because you're just going onto one arm, and then you want that. At the moment your head was sort of up there or looking towards the ceiling, you want the head up, and so it's an extension and reaching back. How's everyone going with that? All right, so then the next one for crawling in the unless anyone's got any further questions, if they don't think they're nailing that one. Just try that one again, Jules.
Same side.
No, either side.
The other side.
Yeah, that's fine there. Again, that limited cervical rotation. When you tried the other side, I wasn't sure if you had your thumb turned up to the ceiling, which you should do.
Try.
That looks good, Gary. Yeah. So if, as Tom was mentioning there, you feel a discomfort which feels wrong, sometimes you can feel a restriction, but moving into that restriction actually mitigates it, and it feels positive. If any of these movements, if you get a sense of bad magic with it, stop it, because there'll be something negative going on, and just banging your head against a brick wall isn't the solution. Next one for the crawling pattern in the supported position is dead bugs, which is a very obvious translation into the crawling pattern. And if everyone can remember your 4-point check after each iteration. And then once you're happy, that's looking really good. Really good. Once you're happy that everything is ending up in the correct finish position, then start focusing on your timing, with the timing not being in your multiple reps, just that so each limb reaches the finish position at the same time. So you can still have a considerable pause between each rep. So you just focus on everything reaching that position at the same time. That's really good, Linda. And then once you've got everything reaching the same position, there or thereabouts, then you can start thinking about speeding things up and getting a continuous motion. See, that's something which would definitely be linked to the limitation you're talking about with the Sphinx reach and rotate. When you're going overhead, that's it. That right arm, you're bending it at the elbow and then the left there, whereas it should be a straight arm going overhead, ideally. Yeah,
It's very limited.
Yeah, so that's hinting at limited scapular rotation. And the big limiter for scapular rotation is poor thoracic rotation. And thoracic rotation is the beating heart of the Sphinx reach and rotate. That's really good, that, Gary. That's good, Luke. Nice, that 4-point check at the end each time. Everything's looking in a good position. And that timing doesn't look too far off as well. Not sure if it's the angle, but make sure that right leg is vertical and pointing to the ceiling when it comes up. So the right leg now, make sure that points to the... Yeah, really good, mate. So everything's going to a good position there, Rob. But you want to try to focus now on the leg, both legs moving simultaneously. That's it. Bit better. Don't go quick, Rob. Don't go quick. Just make... I want you to go from static transitions. That's it, like that. And then to... Yes. And then you want to just focus on everything finishing its journey at exactly the same time. And then once you've got that, then go into reps. But that's way, way better, Rob. Good, Timo. Oh, just about to call in on you there, Amber.
Thank you. My knee does not laugh.
No.
Doing stages.
So Reese, what you want to focus on is instead of trying to go quick, is making sure that everything goes into the right position. So just looking on me, Reese. Reese, just pause for a second. Just look in.
Mm.
What you want is this arm pointing straight up, the femur vertical, relaxed knee. Often what happens is people bring their arm too far forward or don't get there. You want that. Another one is they keep the leg like that, should be relaxed at the knee.
Mm.
You want that, and then you want everything moves at the same time and everything finishes its journey at the same time. And so after each rep, I want you to do a 4-point check. So is the arm vertical pointing to the ceiling? Is the opposite leg pointing to the ceiling with a relaxed knee? Is the heel on the floor and the feet pointing to the ceiling on the leg? And is this arm straight with the thumb touching the floor? Once you've checked everything, everything's good. Swap it over, do a 4-point check again. Then once you're consistently getting everything right, that's when you start trying to get it in an ongoing sequence. We've lost your camera there, Reese.
Mm.
Are you with us, Reese?
Mm.
Okay, no. Anyone got any questions on the dead bugs? Okie doke. Next one. Progression from supported to suspended is a classic sequence of Sphinx to quadruped. So into Sphinx, knee high, other knee under, and then a step a lot of people keep missing out, bringing that other knee under. Then each arm. And you can see that it puts you straight into a good position where the knees are just under the belt line and the hands are under the shoulders. Head up, and then you've got your good quadruped position. Reverse out of it. Come up on the other side. Wrong.
Mm.
Okay, guys, if you have any questions on that one, fire away. If not, let's have a look at you. Really good, Timo. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Spot on, Tom. That looks good, Gary. See if we can come down out of that. Elbow, then elbow. Then knee to the side. Other knee straighten out. That's it. Let's go up, starting with the other hand. Elbow. No, Gary. You're not following the sequence there, mate. You're putting your hands down on the Sphinx. If I just let me talk you through it. So pulling it, one elbow under the shoulder, not the hand, remember, elbow under the shoulder. And then other elbow under the shoulder and go into the Sphinx. No, Gary. That's it. You want to go elbow into the Sphinx. That's it. Now bring the leg up. Now bring the other knee under. Bring the other knee in. And then go onto the hands. Not bad. Although rather than lifting both shoulders up, bring one hand under the shoulder, then the other hand under the shoulder when you come in. And what you'll find is each time you do that, that will take you into a nailed on quadruped position.
No,
Elbow. High, knee under now, other knee under. Now bring the first knee under and move the hand. Yeah, not bad, mate. But you're doing it again. You were just lifting the elbows up and going onto the hands. What that will do, that will drag your position forward. But you want to keep that same orientation of the hips over the knees. So when you're transitioning, I'll show you this now. Actually, mate, it's probably better if you can just relax and look in.
So you can see them.
See, when I'm in this position now, my knees and hips are in the right position. But if I just put my hands down and come forward, the hips are too far forward. So if I go hand, then hand, I'm in the right position. It's a small detail, but that getting the hips right, then putting the hands under the shoulders is important. Because if we get the hips right and then move forward to get the shoulders over the hands, well, you've changed the hip position. So it's a really important concept and one which will feed directly into actually doing the crawl. How is everyone else getting on with that one? Rightio. Now we're in the quadruped position. Next one I want to look at is the cat camel, sometimes referred to as the cat cow. Both of these are yoga references. It's getting in the quadruped position and putting the spine into extension, then into flexion. You see, I tuck me top in, you might get a better outline of my spine. Right, so to start off, just as we've done there, elbow, knee high, knee under, other knee under, hand under shoulder, Then from there, put the spine to flexion. Then into extension. That's where the head up, looking forward is important. Breathe out, chin to chest, go into flexion. Now you can see that while there's a reasonably even curve, you can see that my lower back is flat. So that's something which I should look to improve. You can potentially look to improve it by bringing the hands closer. You can see how that got the apex of the curve a little lower in the spine. And then if you want to accentuate You want to accentuate the extension curve, making the hands and knees a little wider apart can help. Also, you want to accentuate the extension curve, you can get the hands raised. Take them away when you go into flexion. Not the best angle, that. Breathe out when you go into flexion. Breathe in when you go into extension.
Oh, look.
That's way better, that, Tom. That the apex of the curve is moving further down your spine. It used to be more thoracic for yourself. And it's way better going into extension. But you try to spend that little bit more time in extension, I would suggest, because that's the weaker curve for yourself. And I would maybe bring those blocks a little closer on the, yeah, you get a little bit better. But if those blocks go a little bit more under your shoulders, Linda.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you might get that curve. That looks like a little bit more of a curve in the lower spine. So then come off them to go into flexion. A little bit like when you review the video, you'll see that similar to Tom, the apex of your spine, unlike Timur's, which is excellent, and in the middle of his back, you'll find that your curve is higher up, which is something you may want to look to try to address.
I don't know if you remember my handicap in my back.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good cat, that, Gary. Struggling a little to get into extension. And the lack of extension is a common flaw. That's a good cat camel, that, Luke. I can remember us back in the day spending quite a lot of time on this. You get a reasonable curve there. Something which is useful, which I've spoken with Tom on, and trying to improve your thoracic extension, is a yoga wheel. Fairly simple how they're used. Line it up with your spine. And then go into extension. And you can target it at particular joints. You'll get the feeling in your spine where you're failing to get extension, and you can position them accordingly. Now, you need a certain amount of extension available to you to have the confidence and control to do as I did there. But something that can help with that is if you do it. See if I can reposition. You use yourself close to the wall. You do that. You can then get some extra stability and confidence off the wall. Walk yourself down. As ever, the verification of whether you get into a good and authentic position is, can you breathe? Obviously, it all costs money, but I would recommend one of these if you haven't got a particularly flexible spine, or if you struggle with the thoracic extension, which is getting that nice chest up and high position in the upper spine.
What's that thing called, Steve?
A yoga wheel.
Right.
It's it's a great bit of kit, and you really do feel better for it.
Yeah.
Next on the menu is the bear dog, and we'll go through this one at a time. And interestingly enough, at the very top of the list, I found Timor. And so, you know the drills, Timor. If you extend with the leg to the rear first.
How's that, Gatsby?
Yeah. So there's a range of challenge that's available in the bear dog. First level of challenge is on a breath in, you just move one leg, extend it at the hip, straight out to the rear, just like that. And then the next level of challenge would be to raise the contralateral hand to that. And all you need to do is just disengage from the floor. Exactly as Timor's doing there. And then hand back on the floor. Bring that knee back under. Do a 4-point check on your quadruped. Make sure you're happy with the stability there, and then do the same on the other side. The breath in, extend to the rear. And then just disengage the hand. That's it, and then put it back. Timo, that is fantastic, mate.
Nice, Steve. Thank you.
Really, really nice.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Linda.
Yeah.
And then, if you're a movement Jedi, you can go for the full bear dog. As Frau Winkelmann will present. Und es ist sehr gut, nicht wahr? Sagt Herr Flick.
But I also like your Marlene Dietrich thing.
You ever seen the movie Blazing Saddles, Linda?
No, I haven't. It's a classic.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a send up of Marlene Dietrich in there. Lily von Stub.
I did watch it a few weeks ago.
Oh, good man.
Hilarious.
Yeah, oh, glad to see it hasn't aged. It's fantastic. Well done, Linda.
Thank you.
That's great, Gary. Exactly what we want. Now your hands looked a little twisted there. And so what I would say is make sure before you extend at the hip, just both hands are under the shoulders and the knees are under the belt line, and everything's symmetrical. And take the time to focus on that. And then when you've got it, when you're happy with that, then push out with the other leg. That's great, Gary. What you possibly might have detected there was a reflexive weight shift of Gary moving towards the down knee, and that's totally fine. That's an indication of some neurological intelligence there, of where, because you removed the pillar of stability under your hip on the left hand side, shifts to put the center line a bit closer to the right, and that's a natural movement, and it's a real good sign, Gary. Well done. You, just as Timur demonstrated, I would suggest what you want to look as your improvement is when you feel stable enough, is to just disengage with the hand, and that's that's me. I wouldn't even lift it that high. Just bring it off the ground and see if you can stay there. That's it, like that. And then, once you're happy with that, see if you can do that with one of the legs extended. And, that's just the progression for you. Now get your breath first, be able to cycle 3 breaths, and then just see if you can just disengage that left hand. So push into the floor with the right. And back. Excellent, Gary.
Yes.
Awesome. Look at that.
Nice.
There you go.
Outstanding. Let's try the other side.
Good
Yep.
morning, Gary. Nice job, Gary.
Now, don't get carried away. That's it. I would say check with the breathing first. I almost
Really
swore that,
good.
mate. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Great stuff, Gary. Brilliant. Now, what I would say, you were able to lift both there, which was excellent, but focus on getting top draw quality on the position with the leg down and the hand raised. And once you're confident you can repeat that every single time, then start looking for reaching the hand out to the front or the hand on the foot at both at the same time. But that is great progress, Gary. Well done.
Thank you.
Luke, let's have a look at a bird dog, mate. Or Wazo Shan. I'm trilingual, Linda. You're not the only one. Yes. Head up. I'm looking forward, Luke. So maybe try just extend that left leg to the rear, but keep the foot on the floor. And then reach that right arm up and have the head up and looking forward. So head up, Luke. Don't lift the leg off the floor. If I'll give you a demonstration, Luke. Second. So if you're struggling with that, what I like you to do is that leg stays out there, then that arm goes up. And then if you can stay in that position and cycle 3 breaths, then look on an in-breath to lift it up. And rather than thinking of lifting it up, actually, think it more of reaching out. I'm reaching forward with this hand and I'm reaching back with this leg. So have a go at that, keeping that left leg engaged with the floor, Luke. That's it. And then if that leg is straight out and engaged with the floor, then once you're happy you're stable there, do what Crispin would call the empty step and just feel feel your weight going through the down knee and the down hand, and then breathe in and lift that leg.
If you're steady.
That's great, that side. Really impressive, mate.
Great job, Luke.
Amber, is this a pass for you? Yeah, thought it might have been.
No, sorry.
That's all right.
Mm.
Tom. Really good. Hand looks a little ahead of the shoulder, but excellent, really stable, mate. Actually, your rotational stability, this is a test of, and that's really good, mate. Excellent. Notice as well that you didn't have the toes tucked under and engaged, which will actually increase the challenge, I would suggest.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Rob, let's have a look, mate.
Mhm.
That's it. Well done, bud. Brilliant, Rob. That's it. And breathe into the abdomen. Cycle 3 breaths.
Very good.
Rob, that's fantastic. There's someone else
Mhm.
giving people extra crawling lessons here I'm unaware of. Everyone's smashing it.
Oh,
Rob, that's great, mate.
Mhm.
Really good.
Yeah.
Well done. TJ, let's have a look at you, mate.
Mm.
Did you serve, did you, TJ?
No,
what?
he's asking if you better. It's an NFL. It was sold by the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, fair one.
It was a donation to the troops.
All right, so we need to fix that quadruped position because we need the knees under the belt line. Let's do that first. And you see how your knees are a little wide? That's it. That looks a bit better. Need to be. That's it. Underneath you. So the knees are great now. Now, we need to fix the hand position, but to do so, we're not going to move the torso. We just lift one hand up, put it under the shoulder. It's only a small adjustment, but an important one. Actually, I think you're about, yeah, I was going to say the torso had gone back. So you just get now into the position where you feel strongest, TJ. Yeah, that looks great, mate. So now if you take that on an in-breath, and that's important, big in-breath into your abdomen. See if you can start to move that right leg out to the rear. And bring it back, mate. That's really good. Now, what you did when you moved that out to the rear, you also moved it to the midline. That's going to be less stable because you've got sort of like one less point of stability on the right-hand side. So let's do it again. And this time, try to move it out straight so it stays as if it's supporting the same side. Don't move it to the middle. And head up and do it on an in-breath.
You know what I'm saying? That it's. Let me show you. He can't tell her right foot.
Yeah, it's all right. Julie, what you could do is if you have the hand inside and if, so that he's aware through touch, if he starts bringing it in. So don't touch Julie's hand. If you touch Julie's hand, you're moving it in. You don't, that's it. On an in-breath and keep that head up looking forward, mate. Yes. Way, way better. Keep that weight over those hands. Really stable, mate. Well done. That's awesome, TJ. Let's see if we can do the same drills on the other side. If you can, that's great. You didn't need the handrail there. That's awesome. TJ, spot on, mate. That's the one for you to practice, because that's going to lead straight into crawling, and then there you go. You can lift the front hand as well. Great stuff, TJ. Excellent. Jules?
It's cool, TJ, man.
Thanks, guys.
Excellent.
Nice.
That's it. Breathe into that abdomen, mate. Reach to the front, reach to the rear. Really good. Excellent, Jules. That's great, mate.
Cheers.
And Reese, are you with us, mate? There one. Aha! Here we go, mate. You up for a bed, dog?
Yeah, okay. I've done similar things with other physio.
Yeah.
So,
So the first one is, just focus on a good quadruped position. That's it. As you go out on an in-breath.
I'll raise the hand to the side.
Well, no, you can reach to the front. Keep that foot engaged with the floor and reach to the front. That's it. That looks really good. And then hands down. Let's do it with the other side. That's good as well. Now, what you possibly noticed there was you had a shift of your weight to the rear on that second one. Either one wasn't well, both of them were sufficiently good, but that, there was an asymmetry between it. What you want to try to get is that you have the same routine for both sides, and the knee and hand relationship is the same on both sides. Now, what you want to look to do next is you're in that position there. So your next one is, that's on the in-breath, and then out breath, in-breath into the abdomen. So in-breath. It's important to try to get that hiss as if you're obstructing the air going out, because that will reflexively make your exhaling muscles push harder, and that will then give you more core stability. That all makes sense, Reese? Because what always comes across from your movement, mate, is that your mobility is great. It also looks like your movement skill is really good as well. But it's just a matter of learning these authentic patterns and putting them in as building blocks. And I'm just convinced the rest of it will just come together really well. But it's important to focus on the quality of those, of these primitive patterns and building blocks, and then everything else will happen by itself. But these ones are the ones you need to concentrate to get right. Next, and the final one for today is crawling itself. Now, what we want to do with the crawling, getting that good quadruped position, elbow, high knee, knee under, hand under shoulder, hand under shoulder. And then once we're here, if we break the crawl down, knee forward, and then this is going to come up, but then the torso comes forward. So the hand never reaches forward. Knee, torso comes forward, hand just goes under the shoulder. Knee, hand comes forward under the shoulder. Knee, hand under the shoulder. And then what that looks like when you speed it up.
Hang on. No. And it was good?
Joe,
Yeah? Is it good?
I'm
Done?
not thinking about that at all when I'm going forward there.
oh,
Only thing maybe I'm thinking about is making sure hand under the shoulder. Is what I think about each time. The moment the hand goes out there, you're unstable. The tendency is gonna be
You just coordinate.
Steve, I
Yeah.
got to go.
no problem, mate. That was
I-
some great little
My
performances in there, Rob.
grandchild is here.
All right, mate.
He's just learning to crawl. So I'm
Yeah.
watching her.
Yeah. Cheers, bud.
Bye.
Timor, can we go first with you?
You sure?
I mean, I'm going to be a little push for time myself. So anyone who doesn't feel they need to focus on it, they can have a little practice. But the key is the hand doesn't reach forward. It's just move the torso forward and the hand goes under the shoulder. Excellent. Just like that, Timor. Yeah, that hand's gone wide, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just pull it back in. That's it. That's cool. That's wide again, mate. And that's forward. That's really coming on, that Timor, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, Stephen. Get a good teacher, you know.
Right, Gary, let's get those shoulders over the hands. Right, so a knee comes forward next. You can choose whichever knee. That's it. That's better. Oh, that was a reach forward with the hand there, mate. So reset your position. Get into a quadruped. That's it. Knees under the belt line, so you can walk those hands. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. So just the knee. You're sitting back again, mate. You've got to keep the shoulders over the hands. That's a bit better. So a knee first. That's it. But you see, I think the key for yourself, mate, is getting aware or noticing the sort of habit, if you will, you've got of shifting your hips backwards to move the hands. It's as if you want to take the weight off the hands in order to move them. You've got to take the weight on the down hand and then shift the torso forward and the hand just stays under the shoulder. That's better. Well, see if you can get us a video in the forum of that one, Gary. That'd be good. Let's go for it, TJ. Good. Nice. Excellent.
Mhm.
And don't forget to pull that other knee under. That's it. That's great. All right, now head up looking forward, mate. Head up looking forward, TJ. That's it. So a knee forward first. That's it. Now just move. That's not bad. Not bad. Other knee forward. That's fine. That's fine. That's it. Keep the hand under the shoulders. Get the shoulders over the hands now, mate. Shoulders over the hands. That's it. Now knee forward. That's good. Excellent. Not bad, mate. It's all coming. And then that, excellent. Not reached forward at all. That's spot on, that. You just keep working on that and that'll start to become natural. That's it. Keep that head up. That's it. Excellent. Much more controlled. Yes. That's great, TJ. Now just go down onto your elbows and come out of the position. Excellent. And then the knee out to the side. And straighten the other one out. Well done. Great stuff, TJ. But guys, I've got to go. I wish I could have gone through that a little bit more detail with everyone. See, everyone's got it, but I've got to shoot, I'm afraid. Well, that's another great session. Some brilliant progress in there. Any quick questions before I go? All righty. I will see you in Crispin's session on Wednesday then, on kneeling.
See you, right?
Thank you.
You know, great session.
Thanks, Steve.
Ta-ra.
Thank